So we're here at MCM Comic Con in Birmingham. I'm here with, yes, thank you. I'm here with Taylor Gray. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to be. I've never been to Birmingham, so this is cool.
First time?
Yep, first time. I've been up to Manchester, Liverpool, down through London, but never Birmingham.
Big question then, what do you make of Birmingham?
I'm a big Peaky Blinders fan, but it doesn't look like Peaky Blinders. But it's great, and the people are so lovely and so nice. Yeah.
So I can assume there's no knives or blades inside your rim.
I wish. Maybe.
So it's been, how long has it been now since Rebels finished as an ongoing show?
Has it been? It's been a year, right? Over a year.
Yeah.
It stopped airing last year. And it's funny because we were talking about this earlier with Steve. Steve Bloom is here. And the reception from fans has been almost bigger now than it was while we were even on, which is so funny.
That's a strange thing because obviously Disney Plus launching in the States yesterday, it's going to give you a whole new audience.
Yeah, and Dave talked about that a lot, and I was talking about that at the panel yesterday. He's been telling us lately, he was like, I think like less than half the people who are going to see Rebels have seen it so far. He thinks that once it goes up on Disney Plus, which it is now, like I'm getting tweets often of like, hey, I've watched the series 2 more times already since it's been up. But I know you guys don't have Disney Plus here yet.
It's not a sore point.
Yep, I was going to say, I don't want to throw salt into the wound.
So how do you feel about that then? Obviously, you've done the work and the show had a beautiful resolution, and now it's going on already. I mean, I know Star Trek series on Netflix have had a complete second life by a whole new audience being able to binge watch it. Now people can binge watch Rebels. Are you ready for this second wave of fandom in that sense?
I guess as ready as you could be, sure. I haven't prepared, but yeah, it's going to be cool. And I'm actually excited because I kind of want to watch it all the way through. Yeah. I haven't seen it in just that way. You know, of course not. No, because they would, when episodes were coming out, Disney, through Lucasfilm, would screen it for us. Yeah. But they would only screen, like, major episodes, whether it were a premiere or the finale of a season or, like, the middle of a season, like a big episode. And that was it. So I would see it that way, and I would see it in a theater with surround sound, a screen that was 5 times your size, and then to watch it at home felt weird. I was like, oh no, I want to watch it like that. So I haven't seen it just all the way through.
So are you ready? I mean, obviously you are the owner of your own character, so your focus is on Ezra. But are you ready to sit back as a fan now and watch and follow Hera's story and follow Kanan's story and sort of pick up on their threads as well?
That's what I'm most excited for. I can't wait to just see it as, like you said, as a fan. Just sit back and kind of embrace the story because I guess my interaction with Rebels the whole time has been through a different lens where I've been just trying to figure out how to take the character further and to dive in more. And so it's been a bit more clinical the way I've looked at it as opposed to just kind of sitting back and enjoying it.
Well, that's a thought. So obviously Ezra at the start of Rebels and Ezra at the end of Rebels, distinctly different people.
Way different.
Are you ready to remove yourself enough to see that progression beyond being an actor, specifically as a character?
Yeah, I'm excited for that, and I hope. I get worried watching stuff often that I'm in. This is easier because it's not you standing there. Yeah. When it's a live action thing, you're just like, oh yeah. But with this, it'll be cool to see it, like you said, and sit back and see the progression that he made and see the characters, see all the characters, and kind of enjoy it for the show.
Are you aware of Rebels' place within the wider canon in the sense of the era it's set in? It's sort of 4 or 5 years before Star Wars. It's a key moment. Do you get that for fans as well, and you're a fan yourself, how important that story is in the building up of the rebellion?
I think I've understood that more now. I think when we started, to be honest, I don't think I understood that. I was like, yeah, it was, you had this big map, and it was like, where are we here? Got it, sounds good. Now I mean, I understand all the well, not all of them. I'm seeing with Star Wars, there's always more. But I'm seeing so many of the nuances, and I understand where it fits in, and I understand how it affects things later on, and I understand why things happen because of what happened before. Yeah. And it's so cool. It is fascinating, really.
Do you have a kind of a headcanon of where you... Because you don't know what Ezra's doing right now, neither do we. Have you kind of got a headcanon thing of like, I'd like to think he's gone on to do this. I'd like to think maybe that's happened.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you've had to come up with that by necessity because that's the only question I really hear now is, where's Ezra? And I'll get that tweeted to me a few times a day, and you're like, I have no idea. What
you have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you don't. Dave's never told you, but in your head, you think, I'd like to think he's doing okay. I'd like to think.
Yeah, well, so the cast of Rebels is very close, and it's so cool that we are kind of this family in a way, and we go to dinners often. And at these dinners, we'll talk about various things, and obviously that's the first question I have because I was like, how do I answer this? And Dave has a lot of ideas. Yeah, and he knows, and I think it was one of the panels after Rebels had ended. He was like, he is alive, he is out there, but beyond that, I'm not going to speak further.
It's a happy mystery.
Yeah. And that is one of the coolest things about Star Wars, right? Like the different theories. I think before one of the films came out, it was, Ezra's Snoke, and then that quickly went away. And it's this and that, and it's fun though because that's the idea. We're all just trying to figure out what it is. It's storytelling at its best.
And I suppose because there isn't a tied up bow on the resolution of it, that character, your character, is going to be part of all these questions until 10 years, 15 years in the future, mate. You don't know, somebody actually comes along and makes a resolution to it.
And that's the fun, right? Like, because it allows all of us to project whatever we want onto it because it's not tied off and he didn't die. Which is nice.
What have you been up to in the last 12 months since the show finished?
I've just been working. I've been filming, so it's like more live action stuff. But I deeply miss Rebels. It was so fun, and it was again one of those things you don't realize how amazing it is until you're kind of looking back at it, because you're just in it. You're looking at it this close, and I miss seeing everybody, which was so fun. But coming to events like this, I haven't gone to too many events. So it's cool because you get to actually talk to people about the show. And now that it's all done, you hear what it meant to some people. And it's really cool to hear that because you got to think when we're doing it, we're just in a room like this with not more people than this right here. There are people behind there. and we're recording the show, and I know this doesn't make sense and it sounds weird, but we're all in our head just like, well, I hope somebody watches this. You know what I mean? And that sounds so weird, but that's all you think because you don't know. And you're like, I hope people enjoy it. And then you come to events like this and you go, oh, wow, people so far away have not only watched it, but it meant this to them and that. And everyone has a different connection to it. The way like with the shows I enjoy, I have a connection to it that I'm sure is different than especially the people making it have. And that is what's so cool.
And Rebels was one of those shows that, as an entry point for Star Wars, a lot of young kids came in through Rebels. That must give you a real buzz to see little kids, boys and girls, really hooking into Star Wars through Rebels. Yeah,
I didn't expect it as much. With an animated show, I think initially we were just like, it might only be kids. And then I was like, I'm only having conversations with people older than myself. And they understand parts of this way more than I do. So it is really fun because kids are so honest, right? Like they'll tell you exactly what they feel, what it meant, and that's really fun.
And just towards as we wrap this up, wider Star Wars, Rebels has got its place in Star Wars. Other things have come along this Resistance. We've got Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian's just launched. Are you digging all the other stuff that's happening in the Star Wars galaxy as well as obviously this lovely resurgence for Rebels?
You feel like you have a horse in the race in some way. You know what I mean? Not that Ezra's connected to that, but just your connection, your little pebble in the big sea of Star Wars. You know what I mean? And that's cool because I saw The Mandalorian 3 days ago, maybe. I know Disney Plus isn't out here, which is a bummer, but you guys have all seen it, right? Yeah. No, we haven't. And it was amazing. And it's Dave Filoni, so it was so cool. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your time. We really appreciate it.
Very much.
All the best. Thank you.
There's a really nice chopper here at MCM. Absolutely fantastic droid. He's chasing me. I mean, we know Dave Filoni voiced it, but does anybody know who actually controlled Chopper?
Uh-oh. this is amazing.
How is it to control Chopper? You in control, man?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chopper does what I say.
You tell him.
Chopper does what Chopper wants, does he not, sir?